The Taiwan Film Festival is currently playing in Sydney and next week in Melbourne, and of course is also going to be screening nationally. And it's my great pleasure to be speaking to one of the programmers of the Taiwan Film Festival, Nick Lee. Nick, welcome to Movie Metropolis.
Thanks for having me, Peter. Nice to be here.
Sure, good to talk to you. Now, first of all, tell me about, if you can, about Taiwan and its film industry. How strong is it?
I think Taiwan has quite a robust industry growing up there. As I spent the first 13 years of my life there, and I remember going to films all the time, and cinema going was a very kind of dominant cultural experience at the time. I don't know if that's still the case, but every time I get a chance to go visit Taipei or um, the south part of the island, I always see people talking about films and engaging with um, kind of screen content around the world, um, especially um, with with the rise um, of streaming platforms. Um, I see more and more of foreign films coming into Taiwan and people really wanting to kind of engage with more diverse content around the world.
Yes, yes, I know some excellent films have come out of Taiwan, so that's great to hear. Tell me about some of the challenges in deciding what films will be screened in Australia for the Taiwan Film Festival.
Challenges. Hmm,
Was it hard to choose what films you want to screen in Australia?
yes, I mean, there was a whole slate of films that we looked through that came out in 2024 and this year. And a few of them unfortunately were not available, and I will name them later so people could still hopefully people could still find those films somewhere to watch in Australia. Um, one of the um key themes that had surfaced through all the films that we watched were the focus on Taiwanese women and family relationships. And that was a very organic process. That wasn't challenging at all. We were able to find the films quite quickly. Um, so I would say maybe the challenges would be getting the rights to screen in Australia. Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that. Yes, I know. Every film
Yeah.
festival has the same sort of issue. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's talk about some the films in the festival. I've had a look at Daughter's Daughter, and what an interesting film that is. Quite an intricate
Mm.
relationship film. Tell me more about your response to it.
I found it really tender. I found it to be a very uh, um, a very honest and morally challenging theme to deal with. So I'll just go into the film. I'll just talk about the film briefly.
Yep.
So it's centered around this retired mom who has this peaceful life in Taiwan, and her younger daughter and her partner uh, were in this process of um, um I think it's IVF, right? So they're in this process of um finding they were in this process of is it called IVF, Peter? Am I
Yes, it
correct?
is.
I don't
Yes.
want to. Yeah, yeah. Okay, yes. So they were in this process of having a child by IVF in New York,
Yep.
and they unfortunately died in a car crash, and then the mom, who's named Pai, becomes the guardian of the frozen embryo, and then she's stuck making quite a morally difficult and heartbreaking decision.
Yeah.
Memories start to first daughter, who she gave up for adoption years ago, reappears. And it sounds really twisty and excessive, but it's quite um a quiet and a nuanced piece that digs into what it means to be a mother, and very slow and thoughtful. Um, and one of my favorite actors in Taiwan, called Silva Chang, has done a wonderful job portraying the mother, which is a very difficult role, um, playing a figure with a lot of dimensions, very layered.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and I guess my initial response to it was that um, there hasn't been so many bold queer stories that come out of Taiwan, and this is a really good example of it, and it also delves into this really complex family relationships that I often see um, shaping up the family dynamics in Taiwanese culture, and it's not often discussed in contemporary filmmaking. It also kind of nods back to some of the seminal pieces in Taiwanese New Wave where um, um, uh, family dynamics are explored um,
Yeah.
more. Yeah.
It is. No, I found it an excellent film, and I think it received some Golden Horse nominees and even won Best Screenplay, I think.
Yes, that's right, in 2024.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's a great choice. Now, let's talk about some of the other films. Yen and I Lee, which is an interesting story.
Yeah, it is. So it's a black and white film, um, a story about love and family and loss, also generational trauma, another thing that can echoes um, um, through the program. This is part of Tang Lin's double feature strand, and it's his first feature with his wife, Kimi Shai. And it's told through two parallel stories. It looks at mother and daughter relationship across generations, focusing on women dealing with generational trauma and what it means to keep going. It's very quiet and restrained.
Yes, yes. No, it is good. Chronicles of Libidoists is quite a sexy film in many respects.
Mm, yes. It's directed by the Taiwanese art house darling, Ke Yachi. He had a film called Girlfriend and Boyfriend that was also featured in the festival a few years back. Um, so he explores um, the modern life in Taipei, where four strangers disconnect and they drift in routines. And they're looking for something deeper than casual connections, while embracing physical desire. Um, as these four characters intensify, what begins as lust kind of ends up into something complex, and um, it's it's tonally very different to other pieces in the festival, and I quite like how it's it looks into um like alienations and the life that um Taipei people could the intimate life that Taipei people could sometimes end up having, and with the emotional voids and and just reveal how tangled the pursuit of connection can be.
Yep, it is. Okay. Okay, very interesting indeed. Now, I think you're screening a classic film, Flowers of Shanghai, which I remember seeing a while ago. This is such a good film.
Yeah, it is great. It's a 4K restoration, and it is also the closing night film in Sydney. It will be screened at the Sydney Opera House in September. Um, so it's by the Taiwan's newest director, Ho Xiaoshen, um, known for City of Sadness, and The Assassin. So this is one of his most seminal pieces back in '98. I think it won something in Cannes. I can't remember exactly what it was awarded for. Um, if it features Tony Leung and Karina Lau. Um, Follows this quiet routine of women who lives and work there um, in this King era brothel, and has moments of like these very quiet moments of looking at how courtesans deal with their relationships and tensions with each other, and the struggle of some sort of freedom. And Ho keeps it quite understated and focused on the details of their world. And it highlights love, jealousy, and confinement in Shanghai's past. It's also, I think it's a novel by Hein Benqui, and it was translated into Mandarin by Lin Chang, who was also a prominent figure in Taiwanese literature.
Uh-huh.
So it's got a history in literature too.
Yeah, very good. Okay, let's talk about some other films. Dancing Home.
Dancing Home, yeah, that's part of our First Nation strand. It follows a Taiwan choreographer. So Taiwan is one of the indigenous groups in Taiwan, and his return to roots in Taitung, Taiwan. Taitung is a part of Taiwan that has multiple indigenous residents, and so at the peak of his career, he felt disconnected and chose to reconnect with his indigenous heritage through dance. So he forms a new troupe um, of dancers. They're mostly trained indigenous dancers, and he guides them in traditional movements and stories. And it was filmed over t 8 years. Um, the documentary really shows how dance can be a medium of healing and preservations, like cultural preservations, such as indigenous culture and resistance.
Uh-huh. Very good. Now, a film called Worth the Wait.
Worth the wait. So that's also part of Tang Lin's double feature
Ah,
strand. Um, it's this um, it's uh, um, it's a rom-com that brings together Asian American cast, and it's set in Seattle and Kuala Lumpur. So it mixes rom-com beats with like a gentle tone, and it's simple and warm and focuses on connection, timing, and identity.
uh-huh. Good. Now, an interesting title, Organ Child.
Yeah, this is a twisty drama that reminds me of Taken.
Ah,
Um, so it's a guy named Zan's infant daughter went missing, and it's very likely that was taken by a traffic ring. His wife later took her own life, and then was wrongly jailed while trying to find out the truth. And after his release, he discovered his daughter was used for organ harvesting, and motivated by grief and rage, he set out for revenge. It sounds really serious, intense, but it's executed with this um thriller tone. So uh, uh it's not entirely a downer.
right.
But it's for someone that's really interested in drama and thrillers and want to explore um something more twisty.
Yes. No, that's fine. It's good to have a diverse range of films in a film
Mm,
festival, and that's clearly the case. A film
mm.
called Stranger Eyes.
Stranger Eyes. So that was uh I believe Singapore's first entry into Venice official competition. It's a film that reminds me of Haneke's Cachet.
Ah,
Um, it's it's a thriller, Taiwan and Singapore co-production, and it features Tsai Ming-liang's muse. I can't remember his name. He's in all Tsai Ming-liang's films. It's about a young girl vanish, and her parents receive disturbing home videos, and this and soon after they start to receive these DVDs showing footage of their private lives, and the relationship start to crack and raise questions about trust and identity and how far privacy really goes. Um, yeah,
okay. And one more, Unexpected Courage.
Unexpected Courage is one of the box office hits in Taiwan this year. Um, it's quite a quiet romance drama about a telemanager and her director boyfriend confined to a hospital room for a day, and love, ambition, distance all collide.
Uh-huh. Okay, very good. All right, now let's give the audience details of how they can book tickets for the Taiwan Film Festival.
Absolutely. If you head to our website and select the cities that you're in, um, it's pretty straightforward. You'll be able to explore the program and find the tickets of each film by clicking on the informations on
Yeah.
each film.
What's
Yeah.
the website again?
Um, Let me just bring it up quickly.
Yeah.
It's www.taiwanfilmfestival.org.au.
Ah, excellent. Yes, so people can navigate to that. All right, Nick, good talking to you. And I will just mention or ask you one more thing. In the past or any time, do you have a favorite Taiwanese film?
Ooh, that's hard. I'm trying to think. I think it might be Goodbye Dragging In, by Timing Liang. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's a film that looks into the decline of cinema, and also filmed in one of the um most iconic spots in Taipei. And yeah, there's so many things and layers to it. It brings me back to memories of going to cinemas in Taiwan, as well as um this kind of soul suspense that yeah, that dominates the film.
Okay, sounds great. Yes,
Mm,
absolutely.
yeah.
All right. We've been speaking to Nick Lee, who is one of the programmers as part of the Taiwan Film Festival this year, screening nationally in Sydney now and in Melbourne next week. Nick, thank you so much for talking with me.
Thanks for having me, Peter. Nice speaking to you.
You too. All the best. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.